Alright, so this is a Surface Laptop 7 from Microsoft, and I'm really excited to try this out for one reason. This could literally fix Windows laptops. Because basically, Windows laptops can either give you really good performance or decent battery life. Never the two. But this is part of Microsoft's new Copilot Plus lineup of PCs, and other manufacturers are making them as well, like HP, Samsung, Dell, etc. But these computers are running Snapdragon chips in them, and that makes a huge difference because they run ARM. And no, I'm not talking about an actual ARM, I'm talking about the way those chips are designed. See, all the other Windows computers are running a different architecture that's really good at giving you power, but they're not very efficient. So they can't give you good battery life and power. But these can. I mean, I still have to test it out because if this actually is what it says it is, it's literally the fix to the main issue that Windows computers have. Now, as for my first impressions of this computer itself, it's built really well. You've got a nice hinge quality over here, great metal, you know, the touchpad is really nice as well. It looks to be, and I think it is, a whole like force touch trackpad. So it's not like those normal trackpads that you have on other computers where it's a lever that goes down, and if you try and press it at the top of the trackpad, it doesn't. This has equal pressure everywhere. So even if I press it here or here, it has the same amount of pressure and it gives me a click everywhere. Same sort of thing that Apple computers use. Keyboard also feels really nice. I mean, in general, the build quality of this is really good. And then on the left side of the computer, you have a headphone jack, USB-A, two USB-Cs, and then on the other side is the charger, which by the way is also a magnetic charger. So if you kick it by mistake, it will come out just like the Apple computers. A lot of similarities actually. Now these computers are literally built around AI, so one concern that a lot of people have is the privacy with one feature specifically called Recall. If you haven't heard of Recall, it's basically a feature that takes a picture of what you're doing every few seconds all the time. Obviously that's not very private because people have secure things that they don't want other people knowing, or bank info, or just sensitive info in general. You don't want something like that to be stored. And because of all the concerns that people were having for this feature, they made it so that it's encrypted, stored locally on your computer, not on any server. And it's a feature that you have to opt into, so you have to turn it on yourself. Now, I am going to actually go through this setup and do it the way that it recommends for me to see if it will actually turn on by default or not. So we'll see in a minute, but if it's not on by default, that's good. Alright, so I have set up the computer. It looks really nice so far. And as for that recall feature, I went to go find it and it wasn't there. Turns out that it was actually delayed because of all the concerns people had. It is still coming apparently, I just don't know exactly when, but they're making improvements to it and then releasing it. In my opinion, honestly, I could care less because the biggest selling point for me of these PCs is the ARM architecture that the new Snapdragon chips have, and if that actually brings the good performance and battery life. That's the biggest thing I care about and want these PCs to get right, because if they do, that's just a really good thing for all laptop buyers. But anyways, now that I've set this up and I'm looking at it, the screen looks really good. It's a glossy display with a taller aspect ratio, which I prefer honestly, because it gives you more info when you're scrolling websites and emails and whatnot. Apart from that, I'm really liking this laptop. Everything looks good from the screen to the touchpad to the build quality. Everything feels premium, as it should, with a price tag of $14.49 Canadian. I mean, look, it is expensive, it's not for everybody, but it's the starting point. Since they just introduced it, I'm hoping over time it trickles down to some more affordable laptops as well. Anyways, I'm really liking this computer. It looks really good. I don't know how many times I've said that by now, but I am going to be doing my full day in the life review of this very soon, so be subscribed for that. If you have any questions about this computer, then definitely let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you liked this video, then like it. If you loved it, then subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.